Hello friends, welcome to the Angular 8 tutorial. In this tutorial we will see what is route guard in Angular and what is CanActive route guard in Angular, and we will see how we can use this CanActive route in Angular 8. So basically a route guard is an interface which tell about the router whether or not it should allow to navigate to a requested route. Like suppose I want to navigate to a particular page, but that page is not authorized to a particular user to access that page. So kind of scenario for authorization or authentication for a page, we use the route guards. So basically these root guards, they make this decision by looking true or false. Like these root guard always returns as a true or false, like we can access to that page or we can't access to that page. So basically using this root guard we check for the permission for user to navigate to the URL, like user is authenticate to the access that URL or not. And root guard implemented as a service. Basically these root guard is kind of a service that we implement and need to assign it provider. Like as I explained before, if we implement any service, then we have to assign those services into the app module provider array. So root guard, as I explained, root guard always return the true or false, and it can return as a observable or promises as well. Later we can convert this observable and promises output in the boolean. We need to import root module into the application. Like once we implement these services, we have to import these into the root module. And for creating a root in our application, we use the command like ng g. G is for generate and this G for guard and the guard name. So basically this is the concept of the root guard. Like to put the authorization or authentication on a particular page to the access, like we can access that page or we can't access. There are some type of the root guard in Angular. So first is the CanActive. Like this help us to decide whether user has permission to the access to the page or the URL. Basically verify like user is authenticate to the access page. So that kind of scenario we use using the CanActive. And the CanActive child is used for the child. Like one page I have, that page is referring to the another page. There is a college, and there in the college there are two departments, like teacher and the student. So a student or teacher will be the child path. So for authorizing the student and the teacher, we use the CanActive child. And can deactivate, it means this check like root can be deactivated or not. Basically this is used to warn to user if they are navigating from a component. It is verify user can exit a route. And next is the can load. So basically it is used to check, see if the user can navigate to the module which is lazy loaded. So can load basically is used for the lazy loading. And the next and final is the resolve root guard. So this perform root guard retrieval before any activation of the root. It is used to perform root data retrieval before root activation. So these are the type of the root guard which we are going to understand in the coming tutorial. In this tutorial we will understand what is CanActive in the Angular 8. So we are going to make a kind of scenario, like we are going to have a two tab. One is home and the admin, and when I click on this admin, it should say it is not authorized, because it is a this admin is page is accessible to the admin only, not everyone. So we are going to show a message like not authorized, and it will redirect to the home works automatically. So that kind of scenario we are going to implement in our application. So let's implement it first. So go to the Visual Studio Code, and in this application we have this default application we have. which contains some files like app. In the app folder we can see some file like material, app module, and the HTML. So kind of files it exists. So let's first see on the browser what it is showing. So let's first go to the terminal. So create on new terminal. Like here I will serve the application first, ng serve. So it will compile the application, and then on 4200 is the local path for Angular. So we are going to see what kind of application or current at this time what it is showing on the browser. So it will take some time to compile it. It's compiling. So we can see the compilation is successful. So let's go on the browser and see what it is showing it currently on the browser. So we can see currently it is showing only one text like welcome to the .NET Office. So let's create our scenario which we have explained. So what I will do, first I will close this terminal, I'll create new terminal, and I'm going to create two component, and that is first is the home component and next is the admin component. So let's create these two component first. So creating the component, we have command ng-gc for component and the component name. So admin, it will create a admin component which contain the four files. One is the component file, and next is the HTML specification and CSS file. So we can see here in the under the app folder, it is created the admin, and we can see here it is saying one line like updated to the app.module.ts. So basically it updated this component into the app module as well. We can see here like it added, and it added to the this declaration. So let's create the next component, ng-gc and home. So it will create a next home component. So it will take some time. Yeah, it's created, and we can see it added to here also. So now next what we will do, now we will create, let's close it first. Now what we are going to create, we are going to create a one guard file like root guard file. So creating the root guard file, what is the command? That is ng g for generate, g for guard, and what kind of we are going to create the root guard is the we will say like can root, we can write like, so I am going to create the name like activate. So let's hit enter and see, it will create basically two files. One is the root guard file and another is the specification file. We can delete the specification file as well. So what it is asking, like first which kind of root guard you want to create. So first we have to select, and it is said like press space to select, like if you want to select any one, and A for all selecting, and I to invert the selection. So at this time I want to create only CanActive. So what I will do here, I will click the space. So it selected the CanActivate, and after selecting you can hit enter. So it will create the CanActive root guard for us, and two files it created. Now we'll go to the active root guards, and here we can see when we create any root file, it inject it use the inject table, and here it created a one scenario for CanActive, and it is returning the true, and we will make it a kind of a scenario. When we'll click on this admin, it will show the message. So for that what I will do, first I will create a one service, and for creating the service, what is that, ng-g as for service, and what I will write, I will write like user, like because user is going to click on this menus which we have created. So it created a two files for us, one is the service.ts and specification.ts. So in user.service.ts, it is similar to the like root can active root guard. So here also it import the injectable. So here what I am going to write, I will create a one function, and in that function what I will do, I will return either true or the false. So let's create a one function. So export is basically public, so we can use it from outside. And after that what I am going to do, now as I explained, like this activate and the user service is both is a service. So if it is a service, then we have to take all this service into the provider array. So let's take it like activate guard and the user service, that we have to take it here. Now next what we have to do, under this module we have to make the router module, and this router module I'm going to, like, first we have to import it. So it will import from router. So router module dot for root, and what I am going to import, I am going to import the roots. So currently it is not importing, because when you will go on to the app.routing.module, we can see it is not a export. Like first we have to export it, so we can access it from outside. So export, so now we have to import it. So it will import, see, we can see here dot app routing module, it is importing. So that is the first thing. Now in app.routing.module, what we are going to make, we are going to make the router links. So let's create it. So first, like when we land to the our application, first of all we have to, by default it should come on the home page. So at the point of this time, path should be the negative. These all things we have seen into the routing module. When we were understanding of what is the routing module, that time we have seen like how we use the path component and all these things. So if you didn't watch, I recommended you, please go to the tutorial and see how we make the path into the routing module. So here we will take the component, and which component we are going to take? Home component. So that is the first thing. Now next what we have to take, we have to take like this one. First we have to import. So we have import. Now next we are going to, like, suppose anyone click on the home. So for that purpose what we are going to make, we are going to make a home. So for this also similar. Now next we are going to take the admin. So here we have to take the component as admin component. So it automatically have taken this component here. Now next for this admin, basically we are going to make the CanActive, and here we will write like active guard. So it automatically have taken this from here. So that is the thing which we have done under this app.routing.module. So now next what we have to do, next we have to make these links into the HTML page. So let's go to the app.component.html, and inside this I'm going to use the Angular material tab bar. So you can see this Angular material tab bar under this link. Like here we can see like these are the tab which I have explained before, like how to use these tabs Angular material. So I'm going to use one of the Angular material tab here. So nav, and inside this I'm going to take this tab as a material, Angular material tab. So tab NAVBAR, and inside this I am going to use our routers, mat tab link, and inside this I will take router link, and basically this name should match whatever we have given here, like home and admin. So home, now router link active, and we are going to make it as a active. And let's give this name as a home, and similar we will do for the admin tab as well. Here I will give admin, and here I will write as a admin. Now what we have to do it here, we have to use the router outlet. Like if we use the routing on a particular HTML page, we have to take the router outlet. So basically this router outlet is work as a content place holder. Like in the master page we are going to put this particular HTML, so we have to import the router outlet. So router outlet, so this we have to import. So now let's save it and see on the browser what it's shown. So what we have done as of now, like first we created these two component, and after that we created a two service. One is basically a guard, active root guard, which we have created, and next is the we have created this user user service which we have created. And in this service we have created one function is the access, and the function name is access, and here we are by default returning as a true. And same condition we have checked in the admin guard, active guard. Here we have checking like this, if it is a true then return true, means we can access page. If it is a false, then it will show a message like not authorized, and it will go navigate to the home component. So that is the thing. And we have created a one constructor here and imported the user service and the router. And after that, into the app dot routing module, we have created the path. So if it is empty, means it is a default path which will going to be like when we launch our application, by default this component will open like home component, and the later we have given the path name as well. Like if a user want to go to the respective page, then it will navigate. And the admin path, like admin component, we are checking this condition for the active guard. We have kept it here, and after that in the HTML page we have taken this root path, and under this app.component module.ts we have taken all these things, and we are making the router module for route for the route. So that's the thing which we have done. So now let's save it and see on the browser. So let's close all, not required. Okay, so compilation successfully. Now go on the browser. So basically we can see here, like by default it is coming on the home page. When I click on this admin, it is navigate to the admin page, like we can see here. Now what I will do on the Visual Studio Code for the service, by default I am going to return the false here. So let's save it again and see on the browser. So we can see, like by default we were at the admin page, like directly we are going to the admin page, so it is saying not authorized, and we will see like it will navigate to the home page. When I click on this, by default it came on the home page, like this home works and admin, for admin it is saying like this one. So this is the way we can achieve this can activate root guard in the Angular 8. So if you have any question or doubt, please comment. Thank you.